Welcome to the Lovin Dubai Before Brunch podcast. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Casey.
And we are your definitive inside track to anything and everything that's happening in and around Dubai.
And we are with you every Friday morning in the beautiful hour before brunch starts.
Oh my God, it's December.
And you're wearing a Christmas hat.
It is so Christmassy already.
I love how Dubai can make this Christmas feeling though.
Oh, it's so good, and the weather's beautiful, and everywhere is decking its halls with boughs of holly.
Absolutely. I saw stags being put up on the boulevard down in downtown Dubai, and I don't know if it's like a nod to Christmas maybe, but you know, because all of those Christmas stags like
decorative
reindeer. No, they're like reindeer basically.
Okay.
If you don't believe that reindeers can fly, a reindeer is basically a stag. That's a Christmas animal. And it's in downtown Dubai.
Deer.
Reindeer. I'll
Anyway.
continue. It looks like downtown Dubai might be getting a little bit festive this year, which is really nice.
It always feels festive there anyway, though, because they have the fairy lights there year round. It just feels a bit magical.
That's true. And all the shops, the malls, the Christmas trees are up. The Christmas tree lightings are happening this week. It's a very exciting time to be in Dubai.
It is. And I tell you what, I had a really authentic Dubai experience, I feel, this week. I went and bought a Christmas tree at Satwa.
Okay, tell me how that's an authentic Dubai experience.
So it's not like official. You know, with the likes of Spinneys and Ace Hardware and Christmas trees Dubai, it's all quite... it's online, it's easy to find. You can order them and they'll deliver them, and it's the kind of high-income expats that are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Satwa is not that. Satwa is a pack of guys with their pickup trucks full of Christmas trees bartering as you walk by, and there's just a row of them down the street, all set up with their trucks reverse parked.
No way.
Onto the sidewalk. And so you just walk along and talk to all the guys, and
So you're bartering. You're
Yeah.
getting a good deal.
yeah.
And are they nice looking?
Well, I got a beautiful Fraser fir, which is a Canadian tree, and they didn't have any 6 to 7 feet trees left, which is what I wanted. So I had to get a 7 to 8 foot.
That
When I say
sounds
I
massive,
had
by the
to- When I say I had to, they did have 5 to 6 feet and one scroungy looking 6 to 7 foot. So I went for the 7 to 8 footer, which is massive. While I was there, there's no parking, of course. The traffic's horrific in Satwa. And so you just have to kind of swing into the side lane, put your hazards on, get out of the car, walk along the trucks and start arguing with a guy and his truck about prices. And it's just that Dubai cultural fusion that's so cool. You know, and it's like, oh my God, I'm in the Middle East in an Arab country arguing with an Indian guy about a Christian holiday.
Christmas tree that came from Canada.
Yeah. And I'm an Australian, and it's just like, this is the best. It's the best of Dubai, I think.
I love how you described it as an authentic experience, but that is what it is. It's a mix of all the cultures. But tell us about price, because you can get your fake Christmas trees and they're still costing about 400 or 500 dirham. So I think more people are veering towards that now, also because we're apartment living and stuff. I don't know where people are storing their Christmas trees.
And where do you dispose of the
real ones?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to figure that out.
I think we touched on this last week, because most buildings have big dumps.
Right, you told us you got rid of one, right?
Well, I told you my horror story that I was very excited. I got a new, fresh Christmas tree. Uber was doing a delivery one year and they delivered it to my door, put it up. It was really, really nice. And then within a day, it had molted and shed, because I didn't know you're meant to water them.
Every day. They're
Yeah.
very thirsty.
See, need instructions.
Mine is molting on the floor, but it's a good thing. It doesn't have ornaments on it yet because they're in storage.
Does that mean you're going to spend Christmas Day with your Christmas tree in your house, or are you going out?
No, I'm going out, which is, it's a battle every year that I stay here. So I've been in Dubai, the UAE for 6 years. I've celebrated 5 Christmases in the country.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I left last year for the first Christmas ever. Every other year, either my parents have come or I've just spent it with friends. So this year, no parents, just friends, no traveling. And it's like you weigh up whether to stay home and cook or go out. And it's Dubai, like it's brunch. Before brunch podcast, we go to brunch.
Weighing up and staying home and cook, I don't know if that's happening as much anymore, because I guess depending on the number of people you're cooking for, and usually people get together with friends, so it's not just cooking for a family. You could be having 8 or 10 people. So a lot of people are doing turkey takeaways.
That is a very big industry here, isn't it? There's so many places. All of the Jumeirah hotels are doing turkey takeaway delivery. And they're all putting their own spin on it.
Yeah. We got it one year, and I have to say, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It does, like, it's not your mum's, but it comes piping hot. You have a turkey with all the trimmings. You don't have to lift a finger. And I've never been the cooker of the turkey, but for that person, it's such a relief. And it's the shopping, and they cost, I think the cheapest you can probably get is about 400 dirham, but they can go up to 1200 depending on how many people and what sides and extras you want, because you can get desserts too. And for the person who's doing the shopping, for the person who's standing in the kitchen, that's like money can't buy. That's like saving them so much time, so much relief. I totally recommend it if you're doing a Christmas in your apartment.
See, this is the thing. I don't want to do it in my apartment. And my friends don't want to do it.
You don't want to share your Christmas tree with other people. You're such a Grinch.
We're having a Christmas party before Christmas, but Christmas Day, I do not want to clean up.
Yeah, okay.
And you can't get a cleaning service in after a party.
Well, some of the Christmas turkey takeaways are sending wait staff.
What?
I know, I just read that.
Where is that?
I'm not sure which one it is.
Oh, we'll definitely have to feature that on Lovin, so check the website.
100%. Let's do something about it. So you can get a person who will bring everything, serve the turkey, and then take it home.
That's next level extra.
Yeah. But that would be a big Christmas Day treat. Like that, it's amazing that you can get it.
That would still be cheaper than going out for brunch.
So brunches, we've just done a list, and it's the top 10 under 400 dirhams. So whether you're looking for a family day brunch or a big party, everything. However, to make that list, it wasn't easy.
It's not. I'm surprised that you could get 10 for under 400, because the ones I've been looking at are 500 minimum.
Oh, and they go up to 1200. Like the prices.
1200.
There's insane brunches. Now, if you're 1200, it could be the likes of, I'm just going to throw some names out there, Pure Chic, or really, really high class. And then you're
Escape on Burj Al Arabs.
Yeah, exactly. And you're getting like the premium drinks and everything. So, but this under 400 dirham list, which you can see in Lovin Dubai, is with drinks. And then it's a real mix of whatever type of fun you're looking for.
That's the important thing, because a lot of them advertise that they're 300, but it's with soft beverages, which most people are not really looking for soft beverages.
That's
on
true.
Christmas Day.
Well, it depends. Well, actually, yeah, because everyone, if you're bringing kids, you're also an adult, whatever.
It kind of ties in with the New Year's hoopla. I think it was last year or the year before.
Hoopla is a brilliant word to describe the ridiculousness of the prices at New Year's in Dubai.
Dubai's been voted, or there was a study that found it was the most expensive place to celebrate New Year's in the world.
And the thing is, people pay.
Remember when Five Guys was charging about, was it 500 dirhams to see the Burj Khalifa fireworks?
They do it every year. Because, well, now this is...
They have prime viewing.
Prime viewing.
So you're paying obviously for the view, not the food. But you just go, come on, guys.
But the thing is...
All 5 of you, come on, Five Guys.
We're saying Five Guys, but actually every restaurant with a view of the Burj and the fountains will do that. And they're giving...
Oh, they'll be way more expensive too, the other restaurants. That's the cheapest
Well,
option.
this is Five Guys in Dubai Mall, so the other Dubai Malls restaurants will do it too.
And Souq Al Baha.
And some of them, it's not even like, that could be 500. I remember it wasn't unlimited Five Guys food. It was, you know, maybe like 2 burgers, 2 sets of fries, 2 shakes.
What?
I'm craving Five Guys now, are you?
Yeah, their chips. Oh my god.
No, the burgers.
I don't need burgers, but the chippies, the Cajun fries.
Just everything. Anyway.
We should get some Cajun fries. On that happy note.
Back to New Year's Eve hoopla. I will say, and back to Christmas Day brunches, depending what you're looking for, if you are looking for a fun day out, I did the Waldorf brunch last year on Christmas Day, and I just thought it was a perfect mix. And there was like sunset shisha, looking out at the beautiful sunset.
I did one year I did the Ritz-Carlton in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, that's fancy.
That was 10 out of 10. That's my favourite brunch in Abu Dhabi. And I used to be a food critic in Abu Dhabi, so I tried every brunch and got very fat. but I tried every brunch, and that was my all-time favorite.
This is it. So a lot of these ones that we've mentioned are like definitely on the higher price bracket. However, however,
Waldorf wasn't too bad when I went. It was, I think, 500 for house drinks, and then an extra 100 if you wanted the bubble.
I've spoken to a couple of people who've done brunches in Dubai on Christmas Day, and let's say they weren't super festive, and there's something a little bit flat about that, I think.
Oh my gosh, that brings me onto a great rant. I was at a brunch year before, right, so I did Waldorf 3 Christmases ago, and then this one that I'm ranting about. I paid a surcharge, obviously, for it being Christmas Day brunch. It was at I'm not going to name the place. I probably will, but I'm not going to name them straight off the bat. I was at this brunch, and it's a well-known brunch. It's quite festive and fun, but the DJ would not play Christmas music. And I went up and I was like, please, it's Christmas Day. Please, can you play some Christmas music? He played the Band-Aid song once and then put back on Ja Rule, the notoriously festive Ja Rule.
Was he trying to be inclusive?
No, because he was like, oh, I don't have any other Christmas music. I'm like, it's Christmas Day and you're a DJ? This is your one job. Play Christmas songs. I get it, not for the whole 4 hours of the brunch, but at least play a few, mix them in.
But I think, like you said, if you're paying a surcharge, you're kind of expecting that Christmassy experience. I would definitely look at the lists and see who are putting on, and I'm sure they all are, but definitely find one that are putting on Christmassy experiences.
Try and find one where Santa comes in on a camel, because that is a fun thing to watch.
Who does that?
Waldorf did it. Yeah.
That is amazing.
A lot of places do it.
Oman last year, Santa came in on like a parachute or something onto the beach. Cool.
Also, shout out if you've got to save all your money, your Christmas Day brunch. We have our advent calendar running on Lovin. So this is a daily giveaway for every day until Christmas. You know when you pop open your little calendar windows and get a chocolate? A New Year's package too. So if you're a bit tight for New Year's, there's a package at Asia de Cuba. There's also cruise tickets. There's Yalumba dinner for two, which is fabulous because it's Australian, so you know it's good, like me. So these are opening daily. There'll be a new one, and then we close them 3 days later and announce the winner on Instagram stories. So there's just so many.
I would say get in there and enter as many times as you can, because it'd be such a Christmas treat to win. And like you said, we're doing them every day, so that's 24 winners overall. So
all you have to do is fill in the form on the site. So if you go on to lovindubai.com and click advent calendar, and you'll see all the competitions there, and you just need to fill out the form and you're in the running.
And
that easy.
Yeah, like you said, we'll be announcing the winners every day on Instagram stories, and we've already done 1 or 2, I think.
Yeah.
And it keeps on going. So it's started December. Later on in the podcast, we'll be talking about everything exciting that's happening in December. That isn't just Christmas, because as you know, there is plenty to do. And right now we're going to talk about an interesting news story that it's just another one about shaky relationships in Dubai.
Give you that one right after the break. So Casey, shaky relationships, we talk a lot about them.
We do talk a lot.
We don't know a lot about them.
Sometimes our own, sometimes other people's. But this is one that has hit the headlines. It's a divorce story gone bad. I guess all divorce stories are bad, but it's a couple, Dubai-based. They got married. Everything was official. The venue that she had picked for the reception, he changed without telling her.
How dare he? What's that show? Don't Tell the Bride?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
No, because Don't Tell the Bride is he plans everything. In this case...
But she's consenting.
Well, I think that it was obviously quite a big deal for her to choose this venue.
What venue was it?
I don't know. But he changed it without telling her, and apparently this is grounds for divorce.
Why did he change it?
The lawyer basically said that it's not the first unusual case of divorce we've seen. It won't be the last. And I think that like young people maybe don't care enough about or don't have enough knowledge about the values of marriage.
I want to know where it was and where he changed it to. Because what if she demanded it was booked at the Burj Al Arab and then he changed it the local community hall?
Well, I think that it's neither here nor there, because basically she had chosen something and made a decision, and then without telling her, he changed it. So by the time that they were heading to the reception, she found out and she was not happy.
Right, the location hasn't been mentioned in any of the news stories. Gutted.
But so this is like an interesting case for divorce. If that is the only story.
She said he also forgot her birthday and other important date. So it sounds like he's not very invested in her wants, and I don't know.
Yeah, okay. However, if you're married and you've made the decision to marry someone, these guys were officially married, is the fact that your husband is forgetting dates, if that's the only thing that he's done.
Is it the only thing he's done though?
I don't know. That's what the story is.
We just like to run with the headlines. So
no, this is coming from the lawyer who spoke out about it. Who spoke out about the case when questioned.
It's interesting. I don't know if I'd divorce someone over it, but I don't know. Maybe she's a bridezilla.
Or maybe coming up to the wedding, there's a lot of stress. Worst parts of people come out.
Yeah, I think. Because have you ever tried to plan a dinner for 6 people? Like, imagine that, but times 100. It's like herding cats. And then there's all these annoying things that you didn't think would matter that matter. Like the cutlery, and you've got to make sure you have centerpieces, and you've got to make sure, you've got enough seating. And seating plans just seem horrible.
This is it, but from the outside looking in, I think it's like fine. I'm like, why do people get into such a fuss about it? So it would be interesting to talk to someone who's had a big wedding and who...
You're essentially an events planner, though. It's a whole career.
And also, if it costs a lot of money and you really care about it, then that's another thing. But if you're putting a lot of money into it, you probably have an events planner. So this is what's weird about the story, because maybe...
But you still have to make all those decisions. Like, because the events planner is still going to defer to you to decide, do you want purple or blue napkins? And it's just like, stop asking me questions.
It's the second job.
Yeah. It just seems exhausting, because my friend did it, and I so admired her doing it. It was so expensive. It took so many hours of her time. And it was a beautiful wedding, but oh my God, is it a lot of work.
It's such a lot of pressure, because I think the more time you put into it and the more money you invest, like it's not an investment, then you're putting so much pressure on this one day. And then if something goes wrong and you think it's the end of the world, I think people probably need to take a step back from it. I love how we're speculating that this is the cause of their divorce because they were planning this crazy wedding.
Yeah, I still think he messed up not consulting her on changing the venue. That would evoke quite a dramatic response from a lot of brides, I'm sure.
Yeah, dramatic response. But why? What are the circumstances that a groom would change the venue?
I think price. It's such a weird... The whole circumstance is weird. I feel funny in a way speculating because we don't know enough of the facts.
It brought us back to, when we were looking into the story, it brought us back to another interesting divorce case 2 years ago where a couple got married and then like soon after the wedding they went for a swim apparently in Al Mamzar, and it was the first time, this sounds shady, but it was the first time that the groom had seen the wife without makeup, and he filed for divorce on the grounds that she had tricked him with like different cosmetic things. I think she was wearing she hadn't told him that she'd had cosmetic surgeries, and she was wearing coloured contact lenses and she was wearing a lot of makeup, and then when he saw her for the first time without makeup, he was like, you've tricked me.
Well, that's sad. It's sad, like pathetic, but also sad, like, oh, poor.
If you're the girl,
yeah,
and you've tried, because obviously she's put a lot of time and effort into.
And you think finally, like married, you can unclench. You can not wear makeup and not necessarily brush your hair. I'm more for the raw, like what you see is what you get. I feel like that's easier.
Yeah,
offsets the divorces.
All of these divorces you're going through, Kate, you're fine. But so this, if that story is true, because that's what they were the facts that we had, how cold-hearted of a man to do that?
There's definitely more to that story too.
There must be.
There's always mitigating circumstances.
But this is the one that was presented to us.
Yeah, that reads better on Lovin, doesn't it? Like, we want the drama.
So shaky divorces on to, we're going to talk about something that may be a little bit more relatable to more people, and that is the...
Are you saying shaky divorces over wedding venue changes aren't relatable to people?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about why did we decide that happened? Because she was bridezilla and they were spending a lot of money on the wedding and he decided to change without telling her?
Yeah.
Okay, these aren't facts, but this is what we came up with. So from shaky divorces to cheapest places to live in Dubai.
That was a seamless segue.
Thank you very much. Worked on that one.
So in the news, I guess people have been talking about this for a while, but rent prices are dropping. And we always get commenters and people go, rent prices aren't dropping. My rent hasn't dropped. Yeah, because you don't get your lease price dropped halfway through your lease at the end of your contract. Then you negotiate and you can get a cheaper price. It's not like the landlord goes, oh, the market's dropped. All right, here's 10,000 off. No.
And you need to go to negotiate, because if you just sit there, nothing's going to happen. I think a lot of people would be quite lazy about that.
Yeah, just say to your landlord you're thinking of moving out. Boom, you get a price drop.
It's dropping, and it's continuing to drop into the next year, which is really good for all renters. But still, there is such a massive difference in the price of property throughout Dubai. So if you're in a one bed renting, you can pay between 32k in one part of Dubai all the way up to 130k in a different part of Dubai.
And how many bed?
This is a one bed rental per year.
One bed, 130 dirham.
130k. So
130 dirhams.
And it's interesting. We should look at the maps. This is about 30, 40 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, but you expect that because some have sea views and some are less prestigious areas.
Okay, so for the 130k, it's like you said, sea views. It's going to be super, super nice on the Palm Jumeirah. Then you have traffic.
I
Who wants the Palm Jumeirah
can't
traffic?
stand driving on and off the Palm. Those little speed bump things and the lights, and they're always flashing yellow, so I don't know whether I need to stop or what. And there's pedestrians crossing all the time. It's just stressful. And then to try and do a U-turn. Oh my God.
There is so many new things being built on the Palm, though, that I think it's, although already it's fabulous, it's getting even more fabulous. There's a new mall coming. There's a new Atlantis residences. It's going to be more restaurants. It's quite an exciting time to be living there, I think.
I guess if you don't need to leave the Palm, it's pretty good because it's all self-contained. There's some beautiful resorts. And yeah, there's malls and restaurants. So there's everything you need.
It's quite, though, I don't think people realise how much of a community area it is, on top of being like the Palm Jumeirah is so amazing. It's also, there's like the Golden Mile Galleria, and they do a lot of kind of pop-ups and interesting arty things, and they do things for the residents. And so it's actually, as much as it is like a fancy place, it's also a community place.
That's nice.
Yeah. But so
if you can afford it.
If you could afford it. Now, down to the more affordable ones. Do you want to hear the top 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
Okay. So number 5 you will pay from 45k to live in Discovery Gardens, one bed.
So this is the 5th cheapest.
How does that sound to you, 45k?
That sounds reasonable. Disco Gardens is underrated, I think.
Disco Gardens.
It's so close to Ibn Battuta, which is, again, an underrated mall.
Agree with you.
And it's right near Marina. It's near Jebel Ali Recreation Club, also underrated. That whole area has pockets of underrated.
Yes. And that what's that new Nakheel area that's got the cinema? It's got Andalusia.
Yeah, that's Jark. Jebel Ali Recreation Club.
They have, now if I lived within like a short taxi drive there, I'd probably live there. It's so cheap to eat and drink there. There's brunches there for about 150 dirham every weekend.
There's Andalusia.
Andalusia.
It looks amazing. That is definitely one to check out. And then, yeah, as you said, there's cinema nights and lots of events happening. And there's a sport club. It's just brilliant. Just
in terms of having like a local. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a super fancy place, but it's just a place to go have drinks with your friends and just like pair jeans, not wear heels.
Like a quiz night, something like that.
But also Discovery Gardens is right now not on the metro because they're extending to Expo 2020, but it will soon be back.
Well, they have the buses.
Dubai Sports City, 40k, from 40k.
So our boss is a big fan of this area, partly because he's a resident, but it does have Fit Republic, the gym, which is fantastic. I would so happily go there, but I don't live close enough.
Well, it's got Fit Republic. It's got the new canal. The water is in, but they're just kind of tweaking it a little bit. Once that's kind of up and running, it's going to be really nice because there's a couple of open restaurants. There's a beautiful Italian, and they've also got like handy supermarkets all lining where the water is.
And there's a Loft Miasm has opened as well, which means there's now a bar in Sports City.
And there's
next to Sports City.
And there's a big golf club, and they actually property prices can go up being close to a golf club, and this is from 40k for a one bed, and you're beside the beautiful Els Club. It's pretty nice. And they do a lot of like, whether it's Halloween or Christmas, they do a lot of fun stuff for the residents, which is really nice for all ages. Nice. Number 3, Jumeirah Village, 40k.
So this again is quite close to things, and there's a lot of happy people I know in JVC, and it's a bit of a construction zone, but things are popping up there. It's a bit remote, but it's also just off Hesse Street, so it's quite handy.
And all the apartments that I've been in a few there, are all quite modern and new. It's like it's not.
Yeah, it's an
everything is
up-and-coming
new.
area.
Number 2, Dira, 35k for a one bed. But Dira can fluctuate, so from 35 to 65. These are all from base prices, by the way. So obviously you'll be paying more if you get a nicer place.
You'll also be paying in time spent in traffic.
It depends where you work.
Yeah, I guess if you work in Dira.
So 35k, and number 1, drum roll please, for the cheapest place to rent a one bed in Dubai this year is International City.
I'm not surprised by that.
Have you been out?
It's a bit run down.
Well, so 32,500 dirham is the cheapest for an apartment there. But I mean, like, between International City and Dira, like, Dira's got some great places to eat.
And it's on the creek.
And it's on the
and
creek.
there's a loft, city centre Dira as well. I'm not plugging a loft a lot. It's just they've got really some more kind of obscure locations, I guess.
But like Dira, like you said, is on the creek. Dubai is, as we know, Dubai is ever changing, and the creek area is undergoing massive renovation. We're going to have the biggest building in the world down there. There's a lot happening in Dubai Creek, and I don't know, if you start renting there and then you look to buy, it could be quite a great spot to have an apartment.
There's some great shopping options there, and as you said, food definitely.
Food.
Yeah, and you're close to, as you said, the creek. Al Seef is beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's on the creek as well, and that's quite new. That's a Miras development. It is, I guess it's a bit underrated.
And a couple of the places that we mentioned here are serviced by the Dubai Metro. And I think if you're living beside the Dubai Metro, you're so lucky. Like, it's such an amazing...
Yeah, it's handy.
You think it's handy?
It's not handy, the tram.
No, but can we talk about how amazing the Metro is? Like, it's so clean.
It makes the tram look average because the Metro is so good.
The tram is also very good. It's just slow.
Yes, I'm not a fan of the tram, but that's because I live in Marina and I also did a naughty and ran a red light and had my car impounded.
So you don't like the tram because you've been fined for breaking the law?
Yes.
Nice logic. Okay. No, I get you. I definitely love the Metro. I think it's amazing. Tram is a little bit slower, but it's an amazing service to have nearby.
But also shout out to the Dubai police, because when my car got impounded, I was so stressed about it, and they were honestly the most pleasant and friendly people. I was so relieved.
Thankfully, I haven't had much one-on-one experience with Dubai police.
I haven't either, so I was really nervous about it.
But I always hear such amazing stories, so it's good to hear you say that.
10 out of 10 for service.
10 out of 10 for service. We said we were going to run through what's happening for
December, apart from Christmas. Obviously, there's Christmas and New Year's, which are going to be huge. Yep. Check out the lists on lovindubai.com. But otherwise, there's a lot. There's a lot happening.
Okay, what are you most looking forward to this month?
Right. So I'll say them chronologically. Tough Mudder.
This weekend, 2 days.
Yes. So I'm going to do the Saturday. This is a big fun one. You get out an obstacle course, get down and dirty.
Is it going to be as muddy as it looks?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably muddier. Then the Dubai CrossFit Championship is the following weekend. Now, this is very exciting for CrossFitters because
it's niche.
The champion of the CrossFit Games, Matt Fraser, he's won the CrossFit Games, which is the Olympics of the CrossFit, 3 years in a row. And he's a monster. And you've got Sarah Sigmundsdottir and Sam Briggs and all these huge, huge CrossFit names coming to Dubai to compete.
Are they coming as part of Dubai Muscle Show and Dubai Active Show? Because there's a lot of big bodybuilders coming into town.
So these guys aren't quite as big as those guys.
We have an article online, Dubai Muscle Show. Look it up. Look at the guys that are coming. Like, they are monsters.
It's like Jay Cutler.
And I mean that in a good way.
Jay Cutler, he's huge.
In a very good way. In a great way.
So Dubai Muscle Show's on that same weekend?
The same weekend, yeah.
So there's loads happening. Actually, no, the Dubai Muscle Show is happening this coming weekend, and the CrossFit Championship is the following weekend. Which is also the same weekend as the Spinnies 92.
It's a big weekend for sports, so Spinnies 92. Have you ever attempted anything? No?
You know who has? Our colleague TJ, who did 10Ks and had to turn around.
What was the story there? Because I think 10K on a bike is manageable.
Yeah, I just don't think he'd prepared properly.
Okay. but so the Spinnies 92, a lot of people have been doing the build-up rides. So you don't just go in and do 92 on the first day. They have...
it's quite a community, and they go cycling together and, as you said, build up. And there have been 4 rides leading up to the Spinnies 92 that got incrementally higher. So yeah, if you haven't been preparing, I would say don't try it, but there are other options. There's also a really fun festive village, the Spinners Village at the end, and they give out like free breakfast, and it's a community feel, and so definitely check that out.
And then what I love about all these sporting events is that they have, like the DP World Golf Championship had it, it's the village. So if you're going with, it's actually nearly like a day out, and the Spinnies 92 will be like a morning out. And the Mubadala Tennis Championship, who, by the way, Serena Williams has just been announced to come. She's going to be playing Venus.
How exciting is that?
I know. Nadal is coming. The lineup is huge.
It's the best lineup, I think, that Mubadala's had so far.
We're talking about like a concert, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
The scorecard, I don't know.
Speaking of concerts,
I
am very excited.
I thought kind of maybe like concert season was over after F1, but in the last couple of days we've had some really big announcements. What are you particularly excited about?
I'm particularly excited about Macklemore coming for Redfest, which was just announced this week.
Yes, he is.
It's so exciting. I saw him at Abu Dhabi at the Do Arena a few years ago. So it's been a while, and he is fantastic. Like, don't expect a fanfare. He has like musicians on stage and just like streamer cannons, and there's dancers, and it's just a real spectacle.
He's an absolute legend. The last 10 years he's like such an incredible rapper, and so he's, like you said, he's never been to Dubai, he's only been to Abu Dhabi, and they announced Camila Cabello first. And you know, when they announce one person, you kind of think, okay, that's that, we'll get the next announcement tomorrow. And then they did Macklemore and Jax Jones, so it's a real mix of music as well. It's amazing. So that's not until February though.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll talk about it more in February, I guess. There's also the Jazz Fest has been announcing some big names with Jamiroquai.
Sorry. How did this not get mentioned yet? Jamiroquai. But first of all, most exciting on the Wednesday is Snow Patrol.
Yeah, that's very exciting for some people. For some, it's niche. Yeah. Come on.
I don't think it's niche. I think it's okay. Maybe
it's no Macklemore.
No, but it's an age thing. Because Snow Patrol they've had 2 or 3 incredible albums. I listened to them growing up, and I think a lot of people did. So many great songs.
Yeah, that's going to be an absolute banger. And even bigger and better. Alicia Keys.
Of course.
That's going to be epic.
And these are all in the Dubai Media City Amphitheatre. Best venue in town for concerts, hands down.
Because it's easy to get to because of the tram and the metro.
Stop throwing shade on the
tram.
But
it's also quite intimate, and it's beautiful with the sloping down grassy knoll that you can sit on, so you can see the stage from every angle, which I love.
But you know what will be funny? The difference, and we should definitely do we should do a video, the difference between the concert you will see at when Macklemore is performing, because Redfest does bring a really mixed audience, but a lot of young people, and they're just going to go crazy. They're going to love it. And then you'll have the Snow Patrol audience, which will be just as busy, but people will be sitting down on the grass. It will be way more chill.
And I'll be at both.
Same.
Screaming.
For sure. But these aren't until February, so we have some time to wait.
But stay tuned. There's more announcements and more information will be live on the site. Also, if you're into the festive feeling, the Santa Run is happening. Case, what's the Santa Run?
The Santa Run, you know, it's really, really big in other cities. It's a run, but they make it festive and fun because everyone dresses up as Santas and you go for
and run around. And that's on the 21st of December, so it's right before Christmas in that sweet spot. Also, this weekend is Soul DXB at D3, so there's absolutely so much happening. I can't even keep up.
That's so true. I can't believe we forgot to mention Soul until now. Really, really cool weekend.
Which is very cool.
So much fun stuff happening down there.
Kit Kat Arabia is popping up along with all the big names, but Kit Kat Arabia is launched the Kit Kat Ruby, which is a new 4th kind of chocolate.
Oh.
Yes.
Tell me more.
And it's pink. And so it's a Kit Kat Ruby is being launched at Seoul. So you can be one of the first people in the region to try the 4th type of chocolate.
Okay, now I'm craving Five Guys and chocolate.
Yeah, we better wrap this up.
Productive morning.
Go to brunch.
Good chat, Caitlin.
Always. And Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. We're looking forward to hearing your New Year's resolutions. And we'll talk again in January.